Well, good afternoon folks, welcome back to the channel. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot, back with you again with the first of this week's reviews. This is a re-upload to just correct a few mistakes and issues with the first version of this video. So I'm just redoing this slightly to correct those mistakes, and this will be re-uploaded today. So where are we? We're in Germany, and you're looking at SCHÖNHAGEN Airport, Echo Delta Alpha Zulu. This is a payware scenery by Aviation Sim Design, and you're looking at version 1 for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2020. No details yet as to whether this might be available for 2024, but if so, I will keep you posted. And also my sincere thanks to the developer for sending me a copy of this for the review purposes. The download comes in at 1.92 gig and installs at 4.98 gig, just under 5 gigs. It's available from SimMarket, from Orbix, from Airsoft and the Marketplace. I'll give you the SimMarket price because it includes tax. Comes in at €18.10, which is roughly $18.94 US, or £14.99 UK. As ever, US and UK prices are estimates taken from the euro, and they include VAT or tax at 20%, which of course could vary depending on which country you're in when you make your purchase. I have to say straight out, this is a stunning scenery that contains loads of things. It's also season dependent. Some of the things that happen, some of the animations are season dependent. There's just so much to have a look at this. And a couple of really important features that actually are off the airport, but which have been done to a really high standard that I missed in the original video, so I'll be inserting into the new one. So as for features, let's have a look at those features. So features, okay, so we have a fully detailed SCHÖNHAGEN Airport, Echo Delta Alpha Zulu, and trust me, this is fully detailed. The scenery changes based on the time of day, the week and the season. I've yet to see some of those, but it does work. You'll get ice, there are lawnmowers, joggers and cyclists, all weather dependent. The scenery also includes the Groß Kreutz HELIPAD, and you can find that by leaving this airport on a heading of 302 magnetic for roughly 20 miles and you'll come to it, but it is a POI. There are voice announcement at Groß Kreutz railway station, which again is very close to the helipad, so you should have no problem finding the station. There are trains there, wonderful trains you'll see in the video later on. So you've got voice announcements there. There are animated barriers at the level crossing, including red and green signals. The scenery also contains Luckenwalde Hospital helipad, which you can reach on a heading of 168 for 6.3 miles from this airport. And they've got an animated ambulance that approaches the hospital from about 500, but actually it approaches the hospital from the helipad, and you'll see that in the video later. And finally, they've also added the world balloon at Potsdamer Platz in Berlin. And if you leave this airport on a heading of 019 for about 20 miles in a helicopter or whatever you choose, you will find that balloon. So there you go, there's a lot to see both on this airport and also off the airport in other parts of this local area that the developer's done, and trust me, he's done a wonderful job, and we'll look at those. So for the moment, let's talk some history. Okay, history. SCHÖNHAGEN Airport, Echo Delta Alpha Zulu, is a public-use general aviation airport near Trebin, a town in the German state of Brandenburg. The airport is operated by Flugplatzgesellschaft SCHÖNHAGEN MbH. As one of the largest commercial airfields in Germany, SCHÖNHAGEN is developing into the most important reliever airfield for the capital's Berlin-Brandenburg airport. With around 45,000 aircraft movements and almost 300 jobs across 41 companies, SCHÖNHAGEN is one of the region's key economic hubs. Surrounded by the picturesque forests, heathlands and lakes of the Neuss-Niesplatz Nature Park, SCHÖNHAGEN Airport is an ideal location for renowned flight schools, flying clubs and restaurants. The airport's located approximately 28 miles or 45 kilometers southwest of the city of Berlin. Since 1928, the area around Lohendorfer Berg has been used for gliding. The Luftwaffe, which expanded the area in 1936, used Trebin Air Base as an emergency landing flight, but no flying units were stationed there. Between 1937 and 1945, a Reichsschule für Segelflug, or State School for Glider Flying, of the National Socialist Flying Corps, which operated gliding in Schönhagen, was located at the airport. In German Democratic Republic times, the site was home to the school combine named Ernst Schneller of the Gesellschaft für Sport und Technik, which among other things provided basic pilot training in preparation for military training. On the 31st of January 1952, Karl Liebeskind performed the first takeoff of an aircraft in the German Democratic Republic with an SG-38 aircraft in Schönhagen. After the fall of the Iron Curtain, the airfield was and is being continually expanded. Both runways were asphalted and the main runway was extended and equipped with a navigation light system. On the 24th of November 2008, the last aircraft taking off from the now closed Tempelhof Airport landed in Schönhagen. The airport is officially licensed for aircraft weighing up to 14,000 kilos or 30,865 pounds maximum takeoff weight. So there we are, some history for you. The airport's been around since the days of the war, and the Luftwaffe did some work to it. Primarily this is general aviation and gliding, but as you can see there is the option for smaller jet aircraft to land here. And the description talks about Schönhagen as a reliever airport from the Brandenburg International Airport, which is close by. So that was history. Let's have a look at the runway situation here. Okay, runways. So I've lowered the lighting now. It's actually early morning, 7:30 AM, just to give you a good look at the runway and the lighting system that's available. So Schönhagen Airport operates 3 runways. The main runway that we're looking at now, runway 2507, measures 4,954 feet or 1,510 meters and is made from asphalt. The other 2 runways, and we'll look at them in a minute, are both designated 1230, the grass runway being the longer of the 2, coming in at 2,493 feet or 760 meters, and the asphalt runway side next to it measuring 2,297 feet or 700 meters. The airport lies at an elevation of 152 feet or 49 meters and sits within the GMT UTC plus 1 hour time zone. Now Germany, like much of Europe, does indeed observe daylight saving time or DST, and with both the UK and Germany now back on GMT, the airport remains 1 hour ahead of the UK. So this entire runway 2507 features high intensity runway lighting, high intensity airfield lighting system and precision approach path indicators on the left side. Now as you can see, the only mistake they've made here is they put the PAPIs on the right, and according to the aviation charts from Jefferson that I'm looking at now, dated February this year, so they're actually pretty current. The PAPIs are on the left, so that's the only thing that needs to be changed really. The approach lighting is as per the charts. This runway is the only one end that has the approach lighting. Talking of approaches, approach options, we only have an instrument approach listed for runway 25 only, and that's an RNP approach option. So there we go. Let's go have a quick look at the other end, runway 07. So here we are looking down the slope to runway 07, which is as per the chart, including the approach light system. They've got it here, and here they've got it right. They've got the PAPIs on the left hand side. Now there are no instrument approaches listed for runway 07. The only instrument approach listed is for 25, the other end. However, as you can see with the approach lighting, which is on the chart, it's as per the chart, and the PAPIs, you've got the option here for a visual approach even at dusk. You could do pretty well, I should think, really. You've got the threshold extension here at both ends, which extends the runway length. So this is probably why we can get 1 or 2 little airliners in here. Okay, so here's a quick look at the other 2 runways. First of all, the asphalt runway here, Runway 1230, you can see in front of us, is marked. No lighting as such, and no other navigational aids at all, other than to be able to do a visual approach possibly during the day. And here's runway 30, the grass runway. As you can see, it's marked out here by these markers. Again, no navigational aids or lighting of the sorts for use during the day. And there you go. So a quick look at the other end. So we are looking at the other end. I've changed the time to the sort of the late afternoon, so the sun isn't shining in our faces. But here you can see runway 12, the asphalt runway. Again, no lighting as such or anything else, just a runway there for you to see. And here's runway 12, the grass runway. Again, marked out, but no lighting or any other navigational aids. And while we're here, quick look at the hangars and bits and pieces that are at this end of the airport. As you can see, this taxiway actually goes right onto the asphalt runway 12. And here you've got some really nice, finely detailed buildings. And here you've got some more buildings and shops and things. There's a car down there, people walking. And it's really, really nice. So, just a couple of cautionary notes for you. There are SIDs available from here, departure SIDs, but there are no stars. And also note that when you pass 1,000 feet, you enter controlled airspace, so you need to talk to Bremen radar, especially for those of you flying online. And lastly, this is a noise-sensitive airport, as you might expect, so guys, check your charts. So that was runways for you. The only mistake is the PAPI's on the wrong side at runway 25, which is the end that has the RNAV approach, so that just needs to be changed. Okay, very nice. No jetways at all at this airport, of course, so let's get down to the airport itself, and I'll try to show you as many features that this airport has got. It's a lovely scenery. Let's go and have a close look. Okay, welcome back. Here we are now. It's just after 11 AM in the morning, and I thought we'd start at the extreme western end. You're looking at the approach threshold of runway 07 in front of us. First thing to note is just that the landscaping is wonderful, and the scenery is really complete, right down to the little logs and bits and pieces here. The developer has taken a lot of trouble to get this right and to make it looking pretty good. Like I said in the runway description, the only real mistake I can see at the moment is the PAPI's on the wrong side at the other end. But again, the runway slope has also been properly defined. So let's take a little tour going across the central area to the other side, and you can have a look at what we can see. I mean, there you've got the logs. There's a little bit of juddering, which is to be expected with the detail. There's the fence line, goes right round the airport. But I love the way the terrain has been modelled. The grass, the trees, you've got 3D road there to the left. And we get down low here, you've got taxiway signage, which we'll look at shortly. You've got static models here as well. They're all part of the scenery, nothing added or needed to be added. I mean, it's lovely. It really is nice looking at it. So we're coming up to the control tower here. Now if you look at that helicopter, you can see, or there was a moment, there he is, there's an engineer walking past, just there. There's the fire station, of course, right next to the control tower. There's the control tower itself. You can see it's fully modelled, and we've got an animated controller, which is wonderful. Let's go inside and have a look. So here we are inside the control tower. Everything's there. It's really nicely detailed. Great to have an animated controller. And there you look to the left, you've got steam coming out of the roof of that system and an animated flag. Everything right down to the exit sign at the top there, which is very nice indeed. And there's a little view looking out of the control tower in the other direction for you. And there's a view of the control tower from this side, and there's the steam coming out of this building. It's a very nice little effect. And here's a look at the control tower from the outside here. And you've got the fire station below there. Got a couple of little bicycles in a rack, which is just, these are really nice touches. You've got the shuttle vehicle here, which looks like Signature Aviation by the logo. And various other bits and pieces here. And I don't know whether or not I just saw somebody moving inside. Let's have a look. Well, that's interesting. I can't see anybody inside there. It was some kind of illusion. If it was a really good one, but we can hear some talking. So there you can hear some talking a lot clearer. And look at this inside the fire station. Look at the detail. This is really impressive. And there's the fire tender itself. And there's Flugplatz Schönhagen shuttle service, so not Signature but something similar, I should imagine. It's a really nice tractor, really well detailed, very well modelled. And once again, a really nice detailed model of the helicopter here. So we just track along here. There's the restaurant. Car rental with a couple of cars in there. I mean, the detail's amazing. And a couple of spotters here out in the garden. So let's just pass back this way again and have a close look at this little restaurant. So I've got a feeling there are people and things inside. But I'm just amazed at the detail. So there we are looking in on the ground floor. And that is really impressive. Once again, they've gone to town with the detail. This is wonderful. It's the sort of airport you love to see. And some nice voices on the phone in German there. Once again, just look at the detail. I mean, this is stunning. And there we are looking back across. It's just wonderful. So here's the restaurant on the upper level. I mean, look, it's even got the CCTV cameras. Let's pop in the restaurant. A nice little scene. The only thing missing from here are a couple of diners, a couple of people sitting in here. But it's beautifully modelled. The music is a nice touch as well. And there you are, you've got 4 clocks, and look, the time actually matches the local time. It's 11 minutes past 10 GMT, but it's 11 minutes past 11 in Germany. So the clocks match the simulated time, which is brilliant. And they're looking in the other direction. And here we are, sort of land side of the restaurant, and there's a lift or an elevator there that seems to be working. Let's go and have a look. So there's the lift. Let's see if it comes up. Well, that's interesting. I did see the lift go down, but it doesn't seem to come up. Maybe it's dependent on something. I don't know, but I saw it go down there. But once again, some really impressive sounds. Here it comes. Very nice. And the doors open. And there's the entrance, and you can see the revolving door. I mean, the animations are stunning. They really are impressive. I mean, the whole building looks lovely. Animated flags. The weathering is wonderful, and the choice of the concrete textures here. Building textures are wonderful. And that's what was causing the noise. A vehicle landside. Got this big helicopter. I mean, look at this. And you've got a chap walking up there too. Okay, it's easy to get bogged down in some of the wonderful scenery and animations there. I sort of tend to forget that it's an airfield here. And we need to look at some of the things that you pilots are going to be using. So we pop out towards the runway. We'll have a look at some signage. We've got a couple of aircraft parked out here. Got the helicopter first. Again, a beautifully modelled helicopter, just really beautifully done. Very nice. And here we've got what I think is a Cessna Citation business jet. Once again, another beautiful model, very nicely done. Okay, so let's look at some signage in the taxiways. Once again, the same wonderful attention to detail. We've got the sign here on stilts, on a plinth, which itself is weathered into the grass. It was beautiful. And once again, more signage, beautifully done. Be interesting to see this at night time. And there you've got blue airfield edge lights. And again, more quality signage. And there you can see something of the sort of the slope on the runway, which has been really nicely done. Okay, so a quick exploration of the ramp. There you've got the windsock on the left. Here you've got fuel pumps for the general aviation aircraft. And you've got a couple of GA Cessnas and bits and pieces over there. These are all part of the scenery. No additions needed, by the way. But again, amazing, wonderful detail. Some lovely models. And you've got two mobile pads here for helicopters, one of which has got a helicopter on it. And again, once again, another beautiful model. So here you've got hangars. I wonder if there's any internal development. I mean, it's nice. Look at it though. Outwardly, they look great. Let's see if there's anything inside. No, there isn't. We get pumped up. But as you can see, the models are just wonderful. They really are. And again, you've got the odd person walking around here and there. So let's have a look at this. Not sure if this is a restaurant or what it is, but it looks interesting and it looks like it might have some activity. And indeed it does. Looks like some kind of office building here. Which unfortunately it would appear we can't go inside. But as you can see, the interior is modelled and you get to see the interior from outside during the day, which is wonderful. As you can see, there are more hangars, more bits and pieces for you to explore. So as we come across landside, got the vehicle going around there. I mean, landside looks beautiful. Look at the lights and the cars, and you got the car that drives around there. That's pretty good. And again, you can hear the sound. So here we are up close to one of the signs, and again eminently readable, no issue at all here. And again more signage and stuff landside for you to see, and the helicopter model's wonderful. Okay, so here we are at Groß Kreutz. This is the railway station on the other side. Here's the helipad. Here we've got the default Bell 407 parked on one of the pads. As you can see, there are a couple of pads here. Another helicopter, that's a static that's parked there. But as you can see, a nice little scenery that's been developed in itself. This is some way away from SCHÖNHAGEN Airport. Quite a considerable way actually. It's about a 40-minute drive by car. It's northwest of the airport. And once again we got the usual amazing attention to detail here with the texturing on the buildings. I mean, this looks so real. It looks really impressive. And as you can see, you've got another helipad there and the windsock. And there's the station in the distance. There are trains going along here. Hopefully we'll catch one in a minute. So just a quick look at the line generally. You've got the road there to the right with the cars that will go along there. You've also got red and green signals. These actually work. Here you've got some freight wagons. There's the station. And there we are looking down in the opposite direction. And here you've got a freight engine that's crossing out of the tracks. And here we are at the station, again, one...
RB1 Richtung Brandenburg an der Havel. Abfahrt von Gleis 3. Verkehrt heute in unregelmäßigen Abständen.
So that's an announcement to tell you that a train's coming and you've got to stand away from the platform. So there's the train moving. I thought we'd have a close look before it moves into the station. And the sounds are just brilliant, aren't they? It's a really lovely animation. See, the lights have turned green. I just thought we'd follow the train and have a look at the station while we're at it. Very nice indeed. And we're at the level crossing, and apparently these barriers work. And there we go. And the lights go out. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. It's you know, it's a wonderful animation. Like I said, it's about a 40-minute drive away from SCHÖNHAGEN Airport, but it is marked as a POI on the map, but it took me a while to find it. So let's see if we can find Luckenwalde Hospital. Okay, so in front of us, I think this is Luckenwalde Hospital here. There's the helipad over there. We'll go over in a minute and see if we can get the ambulance to come. There's a 500-meter ambulance that comes in, approaches the hospital. But this is the location here. Again, it's marked as a POI, so you should be able to find it. Took me a while to check out the map to determine that this is actually the hospital. And here's the helipad with a default Bell 407 helicopter parked there. And hopefully let's get the ambulance to come. So I don't know if you can see this, but we've got a jogger out here in the country. So just waiting for the ambulance to arrive. Here he comes. And there's the ambulance. And there she goes. And there we are at the hospital, so I was right. So there it is at the hospital down there. This whole complex is a hospital, and over there you can just see the windsock from the helipad. Okay, so let's see if we can find the world balloon at Potsdamer Platz now. And here we see the world balloon at Potsdamer Platz. And there you've got the Berlin Tower in the distance. I had trouble finding this, but I eventually found it by getting the latitude and longitude of Potsdamer Platz itself, and then you'll see the balloon. And here's the tether at ground level, and we just go up, and there she is. Very nice indeed. Okay, so that was a brief look during the daytime, but as you can see, this airport itself, with the meat and potatoes as it were, is really quite stunning. So let's lower the lighting to dusk and see what the dynamic lighting looks like. So as you can see, the sun is sinking. Now the lighting really is dynamic. These lights only came on about a minute ago, and as you improve the lighting further, the lighting changes gradually, which is something that you don't see in too many sceneries, but which is really good on some of the better designed sceneries. So here you can see across the ramp things are looking pretty dark, except in the areas where it matters. There we are looking west with the sun disappearing in the distance, and looking east, and you can see what looks like a wind farm to the right there in the far distance. So here we are inside my Airbus A319 parked on stand number 1, and this is the view that you'll see out of the cockpit. They're looking out of the captain's window, and the view across from the first officer's window. So once again, a quick ramp tour at dusk to have a look at some of the lighting effects here. I like them. I mean, you've got drop down lights on the hangars. Oh, it does look nice. Here we come to the control tower and the hangar next door. Really nice. You've got lighting inside there, and lighting inside that building as well. Very nicely done. So we pop across to landside. There's the fence in front of us. You've got a little bit of lighting inside the building there on the left. And some nice lighting here too. You've got some asobo globes floating around, which is a bit annoying really, because you've got the lights, the street lamps providing the light that they need to, so these globes don't need to be here. So to the left there's the building that we couldn't get into. Have a little look. This is how it looks from the land side. It's very nice indeed. And there you can see some more of the hangars. So a quick look, some of the signage. As you can see, it's properly lit and it glows into the grass, which is good. You've also got a lighted windsock to the left, which is also useful. And here you can see runway and taxiway signage. There are the blue airfield edge lights. So you will need a nose gear light, but you'll be fine. So there's the control tower and the restaurant. And there you can see one of the vehicles that does the tour here. So looking into the control tower, and there you've got nice lighting inside the control tower for our friend there. And there on top of the tower you can see the mandatory red warning light, which is required. So that was dusk, and as you can see the night time is rapidly approaching. Let's drop it down to night and see what things look like. Okay, it's 10 PM local time. As you can see, the lighting has come up somewhat. Certainly landside there looks really good, and some of the buildings are really nice lit by the downlighting. The ramp still remains pretty dark, but you should be able to find your way. So there you can see the runway to the left. You've got taxiway signs, blue airfield edge lights denoting the taxiway. There's the fuel pumps. Hangars in the distance, all lit nicely by drop lighting. And there, looking out to runway 25 threshold, there you can see again the lighted windsock, and you can just make out the CESSNA Citation Park down there. So once again, we'll take a quick pass over this area here. Just head over to landside as well, have a look at the light. Well, it does look lovely, it really does. And look at that, interesting, we can now see that the fire engine is closed. He's gone back inside the hangar, or inside the fire station itself, and the door is closed. So obviously night time things are different, the airport's probably closed. And yeah. And looking into the building below, you can see also that's empty. The guy's gone home. So it pass over landside. I mean, the lighting looks lovely, it really does. I'll just go out a little bit further. And as you can see, there's more to explore out here. More hangars, more stuff going on. This amazing place. There's a big glider there to the right hand side. And this, what is this? Okay, not sure what that is. I can read German, but basically it just says Airport Schönhagen, main entrance. And yet another little plane out there, as you can see. Much more to see out here. Oh, we got a vehicle coming down the road here. Very nice. And the sound as well. So this is the road that goes into the airport. I just thought I'd come out this far and have a look and see what we've got. So as you can see, lots more to see. A lot of it which I'm going to leave you to discover. So that was night time for you. Let's turn the dawn up now and see what we can see. Okay, so 7:15 in the morning. We're looking towards the airport from the east side, and as you can see, the sun's coming up and providing this lovely red glow on the buildings. Very nice indeed. And there's the sun rising. And just a look towards the runway 07 threshold there. Okay, 8 o'clock. Now look at the fire station hangar there. The door is opening. Down here. Watch what happens. Let's see the fire station, see if the fire tender comes out. I think it probably will. Here he comes. That is really nice. This has some of the best animations I've seen. And there he is, sits outside, ready for duty, as it were. Okay, 9 AM and time to wrap up this review and give you my thoughts and conclusions. I've got to say, this is one of the nicest and most powerful little sceneries I've seen. I hesitate to use the word little because it's fairly vast and we haven't explored much of it. But it's a smallish airport in terms of size. But there's so much detail in this product. The animations, there are tons of them and they're really good. Everything is done pretty much. I suppose the only issue I have really is the pappies are on the wrong side of the runway 25. They need to be on the left, not on the right. That needs to be fixed. And it would be nice if we could go inside this building and have a look in the way that we did with the restaurant. For some reason we get bumped off there. We're bumped off of the hangars, I should imagine, because they're not detailed inside. That's fine. You've got the Groß Kreutz helipad and the railway station to find, and you've got the balloon as well at Potsdamer Platz. Loads of things to look at that are contained in this scenery, and you know, all of it for a measly 18 euros. This is a steal, realistically, in my opinion. You know, just under 15 quid, just under $19, including tax, by the way. This is a real steal. It's a lovely airport, and yeah, it's I just can't recommend it enough. I will try and bring the 319 in here. We'll give it a go and see how it goes, because it's quite interesting that they say that this is a reliever airfield for Brandenburg. Be interesting to see what actually gets in here. You're going to need to experiment with the times of day and the seasons and so on to see what you can see. In fact, just before we go, let's put up winter. See what it looks like with a bit of snow. Okay, so we've got about 4 inches of snow. It's about minus 10 degrees, and this is what it looks like. Snowbanks there in the distance, just a couple of shots around the airport here. And there you've got runway 25 in the distance. And it looks really nice. The forest looks great. And there you can see the helicopter's even got a light covering of snow on it. Really, really nice. Okay, so yes, I love this airport. This is probably one of the best I've looked at, certainly for a small airport. I mean, you know, there are some major international airports that aren't anywhere near as good as this. It's really, really nice. It's got shed loads of detail. It looks great, and we really got there's lots to explore here, particularly when you change the seasons. It'll be interesting to see some of the other animations come out. But there you go, this is a wonderful airport, SCHÖNHAGEN Airport in Germany. Echo Delta Alpha Zulu, payware scenery by Aviation Sim Design. This is the release version 1 for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2020. There's a 2024 version available too. Downloads 1.92 gig and it installs just under 5 gig. Now you can get it from Orbix or SimMarket. In my opinion, SimMarket has the best price at the moment. Listed at €18.10, which equates to roughly $18.94 US or £14.99 UK. As ever, US and UK prices are estimates taken from the euro, and they include VAT or tax at 20%, which could be different depending on what country you live in. It's a lovely airport, can't recommend it enough, and my sincere thanks to the developer for sending me a copy for review. This is wonderful, really, really nice. So there you go, folks. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot. Thank you for joining me. I hope the reviews found it's been useful for you. I just love it. It's great. It was a pleasure to look at this airport. So later this week we'll be looking at Maun Airport in South Korea, not to be confused with Maun in Botswana. The South Korean airport that's come out, we'll be looking at that. And also I'll be looking at a freeware of a helicopter pad at Sunrise Memorial Mountain Hospital in Las Vegas, just a stone's throw from Las Vegas Airport. It's freeware. It's been a while since I've reviewed freeware, and I think it's really nice, so we'll have a look at that too. So thank you very much for watching, thank you for supporting my efforts, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, bye bye for now.